I'm feeling very Christmassy today, y'all. I got my polka dots on. Yale's got his guitar on. He wishes you a Merry Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were talking about relationships today. About, one of y'all's memories popped up on Facebook. Or maybe it was my memory. I think it was yours, but you had tagged me. And I realized that one of the people that had commented on the post was a man who, his wife was named Samantha, and he was like, I love this post to a T. Well, 5 years later, that's not his account anymore. It's his wife's account. So, like, the guy just literally got absorbed by the woman. And I said it was like endosymbiotic theory, you know, where like the bigger, like the bigger cell swallows up the smaller cell and the two become one.
That sounds about right.
So they got married, obviously.
Yeah, I hope so.
Or they were married. I guess they were married when that happened because he said my wife. But when you get married, are you supposed to lose yourself? That hurt my ears very badly.
No, you're not supposed to lose yourself. Not like that. I don't think you should lose yourself. I think the purpose of marriage is to build something bigger than yourself.
Such as?
A family, a legacy.
An empire?
Yes. And that's the trouble. So many marriages don't work out because one tries to, like you said, absorb the other. What was the fancy term you used?
It's like endosymbiotic theory in biology.
And the trouble is that's what happens most of the time. They don't focus on making something bigger than themselves. Like you said, a legacy, empire, and it falls apart.
Well, yeah, because the two can't work as one. Two people don't want to put into the efforts. Like they start out thinking that they will, and then they don't. Usually it's an emotional breakdown. Right? Wouldn't you say so? I would say that the cause of the breakup of marriage is well, like you said, because they can't focus on something bigger than themselves. But usually one will get lost in the fact that the other is...
Marriage is a sacrifice to make something bigger than yourself. You have to sacrifice.
What are we sacrificing?
Well, I mean, if you're going to set out and build a legacy, build an empire, build a family, I mean, you sacrifice your own free time, obviously. You sacrifice a lot of things. You can't lose yourself. You still have to do things that you like play guitar.
That's disgusting.
That was nasty.
That was really nasty.
But it's sacrifice.
So, sacrifice, y'all. Marriage is about sacrifice.
But it can be stronger. Married people can be stronger than people alone. So it's always better to...
Stronger or more wealthy?
Both. God said that it was not good for Adam to be alone. And look what Eve done.
And then look what Eve done. See, it's all like, what's that guy in Saudi Daisy who got fired? Said it's always the women. Or he didn't get fired. He got like academic probation or something. Well, see, that comes from the breakdown of, well, guys want sex and women want emotional input. Like women will give sex as long as they're feeling emotionally taken care of.
Women's sex and emotional input's not mutually exclusive.
And men they don't care whether you're emotionally putting into them or not. They just want sex.
It's another notch on the belt in a lot of cases.
Women need to feel loved and nurtured to put out every day.
And then men feel that women think too much. You know I'm right. Whoever's watching this, man or woman.
Okay, so you know what my thoughts on it are?
What's that?
Women, when they have too much free time on their hands.
Y'all know I'm right.
When women have too much free time on their hands, they get hung up.
They get to looking at woman stories and trying to be I feel like that they kind of try to victimize themselves too much. I mean, yeah, there are
Some guys do
circumstances.
that too, though.
Guys do too. Women and guys both victimize themselves. But they become a victim of their own circumstances.
I think
I don't have very popular opinions, but I'm real.
I think women who stay at home end up having the more frustrations than not. I don't know. I think it all depends on whether you have a really strong commitment or not. Depends on what your foundation for your relationship was.
Well,
because we had 5 years before we ever got married to decide whether we really wanted to be together or not, to get to know each other. But so then once we were married, nothing really changed. You know, we were already like where we were. But I feel like people who get married when they haven't really known each other that long, especially like if somebody gets pregnant first. If somebody gets pregnant first, it's a bad sign. Like I'm not trying to judge, but I'm saying that, you know, I know things happen for a reason, but what I'm saying is that people who have to get married, like out of some sort of distress, like, hey, there's a baby coming and we got to get this right or whatever, aren't going to be as strongly bonded as somebody who's taken 2 to 3 years to get to know each other, and their marriage may not be so successful because there's going to be hard times ahead. Building a marital empire isn't easy. It's stressful to make 2 lives become one. And then I know this started out on because that woman engulfed her husband. So that's I guess that's where we're going. You have to make 2 lives one in a way that doesn't totally kill yourself off. And that's where the breakdown happens, because one person feels killed off and the other person becomes the stronger person.
It tends to be sort of, there's a lack of balance. I mean,
I feel like I'm not really getting my point. I feel like I'm not really saying what I want to say very well.
There has to be a balance. You have to have 2 strong people, and you can't have one person overbearing. I mean, it could be in a relationship, it's either the man or the woman. I mean, yeah, it's a power struggle.
It's a power struggle. I think that's why we work out okay, because there is no power struggle. I know you're strong and you know I'm strong. And I know you have goals and I have goals. And that makes a difference. I guess that's really what I was getting at earlier with the women who stay at home and are dissatisfied. If you feel like you're actually working on something, and I guess even if you're a woman and you want to stay at home, you don't want a career, you just want to do family, you feel like God said to you,
that's still a
raise
purpose.
your kids. That's still a purpose, and it's still a goal, and you're putting your all into it, and that gives you, your intrinsic rewards. Where some people get their intrinsic rewards from going to work every day, or in my case right now, I'm doing kids and going to school for some biochemistry, and I love it. I feel like it's given me a whole new purpose for my life, in addition to the fact that I'm growing a family. Raising, with the growing part's over with. It's long gone. How you feel about that?
I agree with it all, 100%. I'm glad you have goals. One thing that turns me off about people is people without passion, people without goals, or, like people that are just, and I know this is going to sound terrible, but I can't stand people that are just like a blank sheet of paper, that are just so swayed by popular opinion, that don't have any ambition. And like you said, I think that I hate that it's frowned upon that even women that want to be homemakers, that's something. At least that's something.
Yeah, and I think we've kind of gotten away from the family. The family role. It is not easy work, y'all. I have been at home for a long time, and it is not easy work. It's hard to stay at home with your kids and find the happy in it all the time, especially when you're parenting a special needs child, which I definitely did for a long time, and even now we deal with the issues with Asher, so it's ongoing. his wildness, his ADD or whatever. I don't know. So I think people shouldn't get lost. I think people should have their own goals. People should be able to be their own person. A woman shouldn't come in and take over a man's life and expect him to bow down to her, and a man shouldn't come in to a woman's life and expect her to submit to him.
No, it's both, and that's...
It has to go both ways, or it's never ever gonna work out.
That's something that is so prevalent.
And communication is the key. Communication is the relationship.
There's a reason why a lot of men don't want to get in relationships, is because it's perceived that women are out to do that. That women are out to fix men. That women have taken the role as fixers. And yeah, they do a lot of the time.
But why would you want to fix her up, though? Really, why would you want to fix somebody?
Because it gives them value. To they feel like they've fixed this person. They feel like they've turned this bad boy good. It gives the person value. And the same, there's men that want to just objectify women. They don't care about anything
I don't know that I necessarily like bad boys. I always thought, well, I kind of like bad boys, but I really don't. I just don't.
I'm not a bad boy.
You know what I like? I like strong guys who have a somewhat cocky personality, but are nice. I don't know any other way to say that other than they have to be confident in themselves, but they also have to at the end of the day be a good guy. You know?
Oh, I got your asshole on tap right here. All you
That's
need.
not what I said. I didn't say you had to be an asshole. I just said, I do kind of like a BSer, but not only a certain kind. You know what I mean? Like, there's like a certain kind, like where they're like, it's like flirtatious. I like flirtatious people because I'm a highly flirtatious person.
I don't know if I like BS so much as you because I've been exposed to so much.
That's why I said only a certain type. Okay, like for instance, Trey the other day telling me he was gay, and I knew he wasn't gay. He was just giving me a hard time to make me think he was gay, and I was like, "You are not gay. My gaydar is not going off." And then he told me he didn't have a girlfriend, and I said, "Yeah, and I'm not married either." And he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That was bad, but it was funny though. It was fun because that's how we got. Yeah, he is definitely a player, but that's how we're getting to know each other. And it's like when you meet somebody new and you start to get to know somebody, you can tell. It's not advice. I'm not saying that I want to lie. I'm saying
just lie.
I'm saying that it was fun. Like it was trying to figure out whether he was being truthful or not. But then he finally turned into the good guy who said, "Yeah, I have a girlfriend." Actually, I didn't really find that out until we were FaceTiming each other, and she was laying there, and I was like, "Oh."
Until it manifested.
That was funny, but still though, like at the end of the day, like I figured out that he
lied to you.
He lied to me, and it was okay.
Yeah, you figure they lied and it was okay. There you go, that's it.
That's what I like. I like guys who will lie to me but then be truthful with me. Did I just really say that? That's not what I meant. This is not all what I mean.
You know where to find her.
I don't want to engulf you. I just want you to do you and I want to do me. Does that mean we even have a marriage?
Well, we're working together. We share
kids together.
Checking account and kids.
We share a checking account. We share some kids. We share the same bed, but y'all, I wish we didn't.
If you need a cup
I wish I had my own bed.
If you need a cup of water, I'll get you a cup of water.
You do get me a cup of water.
If you need coffee, I'll make you coffee.
You made me keto bullet coffee this morning.
Keto bullet. Bulletproof
Whatever,
coffee.
bulletproof. I don't know what it was, y'all. It was good, though. It tasted like coconut. I'm easy to poison. Easy to please. I'm easy to please, too.
Easy to poison and please. That needs to be your slogan.
I am easy to please. And you know this. Again, why we've gotten along so well. Because I spent the first 17 years of our relationship being very easy to please and petting somebody real hard. Of course, then there was a slight breakdown when I realized that was BS and I wasn't getting anything. I was doing all the work and somebody else was reaping all the benefit. How you feel about that, Baldy?
How you like that? It's clean shaven.
You are a bald one.
I've
Oh
already-
God, it feels so weird. It's so soft back here, y'all. It's so soft back here. We gotta go. We've been talking for 15 minutes about stupidness. 15 minutes. We gotta go. It's really cold.
Fire.
I wanted to have a fire tonight, but it is so cold. I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah, we're having a fire. I'm burning something.
You're burning something. Maybe you'll burn yourself down.